Assalamu alaikum, welcome to lesson 26 of al-Qudoori. Right, so the meanings of the words wujida, this is past tense. It's majhul, okay, from wajada, yajidu. It means to find, so if it's found. Fi al-bi'r means well. Fa'ratun, we've done this before. Mayta means dead. غيرها other. La yadruna, yadruna is from dara yadri. Dara yadri, which means to know, to come, to learn, to know. Mata, when. Waqa'at, this was come before many times. Walam tantafikh, right, we've done this before as well. Tantafikh, it means to swell up. Okay, swell. It's from intafakha yantafikhu. Tafassakha, it means to rot or decay, decompose. We've done this before as well. A'adu, repeat. It means to repeat. From a'ada yu'idu. Yu'idu, to repeat. Salata means prayer. Yawmin wa laylatin, day and night. Lakanu tawadda'u, tawadda'u is the verb from performing wudhu. Tawadda'a, yatawadda'u, okay, means to perform wudhu, ablution. Minha ghasalu, to wash, this word before as well. Kulla shay'in, everything. Asabahu, asaba yusibu, it means to touch or afflict. Okay, so these are the explanation of the words, and let me just show you the dama'ir, the damirs. So ha goes back to fa'ara, and minha, okay, so minha means the well. Okay, it goes back to well. Kulla shay asabu ma'uha, it goes back to well as well. Right, so now let's look at the Arabic grammar. Right, so this is shart. Wujida is majhul, single masculine. So the naib file for wujida is fa'aratun. Okay, over here, this is the naib file. Fi is harf al-jar, so it gives it bi'r kasra. Maytatun, this is an adjective, okay, that follows this sifa, adjective. Aw ghayruha, aw is ataf, and ghayruha, this is the ataf on fa'ar, so this is the naib file also that goes back to, so therefore all of this actually goes back to wujida. ولا يدرون, لا يدرون is plural masculine. متى, when. وقعت, وقعت, okay, damir is here, or the file is here, which goes back to the fa'ar. ولم تنتفخ, again here, and لم تنفسخ here, and both of these are jazms because of the lam. Both again, they go back to fa'ra, the mouse or whatever, and then all of this will actually become the shart. Okay, all of this will become the shart, and then after that you have a'adu, this is plural masculine. A'adu, they will repeat. Salata, this is mudaf. يوم ليلة, okay, مضاف إليه, both of these will be the مضاف إليه. صلاة. إذا, shart again. كانوا, this is plural masculine, they. تودعوا, again plural masculine, perform wudu. minha, from it. وغسلوا, and this is ataf, goes back onto أعادوا. Okay, غسلوا, again this is plural masculine. كل مضاف, شيء مضاف إليه. أصابه ماؤها, this is ماؤها, that's because this is the fa'il of asaba. And the who, which I forgot to do last time, we'll actually go back, go to shay, and then all of that is actually the sifa of shay, everything, every such thing that water affects it. Ghasalu, and then all of this becomes the jaza of the shart. And then this shart, إذا كانوا توضأوا منها, okay, this is another shart, and the jaza is hidden, which we understand from the previous one, إذا وجد, okay, all of that. So this is a delayed shart, and its jaza is previous. So that's the Arabic grammar side to it. Now let's look at the lessons we can learn from the text. Right, so here Imam Qudoori wants to explain an issue, a mas'ala, which is that if, for example, there is our well and we find in this well a dead animal. So for example, let's say we have this animal over here, and this animal now is found dead in the water, and if you notice, the animal has not swollen up, nor has it started to rot and decay. So that's a sign that it's not been there for very long. The question is that this water now, we all know that the ruling of the water is impure, right? And certain number of buckets must be removed. Like we said, if it's a small animal, then 20 to 30. If it's a large animal, then 40 to 50. And if it's a very large animal, then it's all the water. So this is roughly the middle size one, say the squirrel. So the water must be removed. However, because we don't know when the animal exactly fell into the water, we can't exactly precisely say from what time is the water impure. So how do we work out the duration of the impurity of the water? So this issue of the duration of the water, what the scholars say is that if let's for argument's sake, let's say that we found the animal at this point, right, of the day, which is roughly 3 p.m. The animal was found at 3 p.m. What we can say definitely is that because the animal hasn't swollen up or hasn't started to rot and decay, we can say that the animal has not been in there for very long. Okay, so let's say normally animals swell and decay around about this point, at this point. So it hasn't been in there for that long. It's been in there for a lesser period of time. Now, what's the exact point that we make? Okay, so what the scholars say is that 24 hours, so that's 3 p.m. okay, since that day. So let's say this was on Wednesday, and so this is on Tuesday. So within this time, 3 p.m. to 3 p.m., this water is going to be considered to be impure. Right, this is considered to be impure. So what we say is anyone who has, performed wudhu within this time, anyone who has done wudhu, okay, here's some pictures to make it a bit more easier to grasp. So it's anyone who's performed wudu within this time, okay, or maybe even washed anything, any dishes or any clothes, like over here, clothes from wudu, then all of these would have been considered to have been done with impure water. And so if it was done with impure water, the wudu must be repeated, and if the wudu must be repeated, then the salah must be repeated as well. So all those salahs performed with the water that was used within those 24 hours must be repeated again. Likewise, the clothes, if any clothes were washed in between that time, or any dishes washed between that time, or anything like that, all of the things must be washed again and repeated. Okay, so this is because the scholars consider that time to be impure, and hence water is, because it's impure, now you're gonna have to rectify it. So this is an issue if an animal falls into the well and however it hasn't swollen up and it hasn't decomposed. Okay, if it does decompose or if it does swell up, then what? Then that's going to come next, inshallah. So let me translate this text. When a rat or a mouse, a dead mouse or anything other is found in the well and they don't know when it fell in and it hasn't swollen up, nor has it decomposed, they must repeat the salat of 1 day and 1 night, i.e. 24 hours. Put there 24 hours. Okay, so 24 hours, you must repeat the salat of 1 day and 1 night if they have performed wudu from it, and wash everything that has been affected by its water. Everything that's been affected by that so-called impure water must now be re-washed again, and it must be repeated if salat was performed by it. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Jazakumullah khair.